it's take a deep breath in the moment and
Yeah.
smile and offer gratitude for it and know that what lies ahead is going to be much better than you imagined. And always, as we talk about, put good out into the universe and help
Yeah.
others, no matter what you're going through, because the reality is that the next great chapter of the adventure in our journey is unfolding right before our eyes and
Mm-hmm.
exactly where we're meant to be. And it doesn't feel that way, and it doesn't,
Yeah.
we don't see it that way. And
Yeah.
but the universe is, it's exactly what the universe is doing.
Thank you for tuning in to Hacks and Hobbies with your host, Junaid. We're visited by our amazing guests coming from all walks of life. We want to learn their story, their struggles, and their journey on how they got to where they are today. So stick around. Known as the godfather of LinkedIn video and one of the world's top video marketing experts, Brian has been on the internet since it was green screen and chat rooms and has 21 years of proven digital marketing experience strategizing with IR 500 and Fortune 500 brands across the globe. A Forbes featured entrepreneur and LinkedIn top voice, Brian is the founder and CEO of Voice Your Vibe. He serves on a number of boards and is a trusted advisor and mentor to founders and companies across the world. Named a 2019 LinkedIn Video Creator of the Year, Brian is one of the pioneering top LinkedIn video and LinkedIn live creators in the world and is a sought-after international speaker who does speaking engagements throughout the year. In July 2019, he broke the Chai LinkedIn Live record, broadcasting live for more than 4 hours. Through workshops and one-on-one mastery coaching, Brian teaches founders and C-suite executives who want to find their voice, show up, and don't know how to voice their vibe, attract their tribe, and tell a story that people will fall in love with on LinkedIn through video. So Brian, thank you so much, man.
It's so good to be back with you, brother.
And we also have another special guest on the podcast today. This is Musa, my number 2 son, and he also has some questions for Mr. Brian.
Musa.
Musa, say hi.
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 All right, Musa, I'll give you the first question to ask Mr. Bryant. Come on, everyone's waiting for you to ask the question.
No, you.
No, Dad, you.
I guess I'll have to
Maybe
take
my
over.
cat producer wants to ask the question. What do you think, Musa?
Oh, here's a cat producer. Brian, it's
Yes.
been a while since we first talked, and then we basically went into your origin story, and we talked about a lot of different things on how you started, what got you into creating videos for LinkedIn. There was like a whole lot of journey, but since then, a lot has changed. We've gone through a pandemic, and we've come out alive. You've created 2 internationally renowned shows on LinkedIn. There's the What's Up Wednesdays, and there you go. Got 2 award-winning live shows. What's the Good Wednesdays and Shout Out Saturdays. Voice Your Vibe. Dude, how awesome is that? Tell me a little bit about how that started and like where is it going?
What did you say? Lou?
Exactly. So
Love,
that's exactly
love,
right.
love.
Yeah. I think it's, thank you, little cat girl. I think it's interesting. She just loves to sit right in front of the camera. You're a camera hog. What are you doing? It's been an absolutely incredible journey, to say the least. And Shout Out Saturday started because I was having these incredible conversations with people on LinkedIn, and I so appreciated their time, because time is the most precious gift we have in the world. And we've certainly learned that over the last couple of years going through a global pandemic. And I wanted to give him a shout out, give him some love. And so that is how Shout Out Saturday started, based upon sharing love and gratitude for those that have made a positive impact in your life. And What's Good Wednesday started out as, there's a lot of negative in the world, and it's really easy to not think that there's anything good, but it's the smallest things that we take for granted. And so What's Good Wednesday was literally all about sharing something good happening in your world, or something good that you see happening in the world. And those morphed and transitioned during the pandemic into some wacky, wild, fun, crazy shows. But it was all about lifting people up. And it was about giving people a space and a place to be. And I think Maya Angelou said it best. She said, people may forget what you say, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. And we were all about making people feel, giving them a place to escape, a place to think about their favorite cereal growing up and their favorite Saturday morning cartoon, and to dance and to laugh and to do LinkedIn lip sync battle and just all these crazy things. And it was really just about bringing people together from around the world. And we've been blessed to have our shows broadcast in over 120 countries on multiple smart TV networks and featured in Forbes and Thrive Global and all these incredible publications and media outlets. And at the end of the day, we wanted to be able to bring as many people together as possible and to experience life together, because as I always say, incredible things happen when we come together. And it's those memories that we revisit and those places that we revisit that make us feel happy and uplifted. And so we're 500 plus episodes, 2 times a week, every week for 5 years. And it's just been, it truly has been an incredible journey together. And in fact, we're actually writing a book about it. And our tribe, the Positive Vibe Tribe, are actually co-authoring the book with myself and Nancy Deborah. Yeah, we're waiting on your chapter, buddy.
That's right.
But it's incredible, and it's all about us shining a light as we do on everyone else, and about sharing how we collectively have all impacted each other's lives and changed each other's lives in such a profound way. This is not something that's ever been done before, and we're really excited about it.
And I think the timing of it was what brought upon the creation of it too, right? Everybody's home alone, like, I want human connection, and then here comes this show that's literally bringing people from all over the world. Okay, you get to hang out, and that song was stuck in my head. We actually played that song at home every once in a while too. It's Friday then.
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Mufasa.
And it was so good because people needed that human connection. We are human beings. We are a social animal. We want that connection from each other. And probably another reason why 2 million new podcasts were also created during that time of that global pandemic. So
yeah,
absolutely amazing what you've done, and how you've been able to bring those people together, sharing those stories and creating that laughter, creating that connection, because at the end of the day, you are literally just a memory, because life is so short, and we lost a lot of people in this time that we've gotten to know them over time. And just recently we had a really good friend pass away as well. I have a tribute episode coming out on that. Or actually, it would already have been published when this episode goes out. But Steve Sullivan, just such a great human being. I've heard from so many people about how amazing he was, and it was all possible because we were using technology the way it was meant to be used, radiating these vibes, these positive vibes through miles and miles away. You're in the West Coast of the US, I'm in the East Coast. It's just amazing how we're able to collaborate and work together to bring those memories and create those memories.
It's a gift. Technology is a gift. I've been fortunate to build and grow startups for the last 20 years. And I can tell you that, especially during the pandemic, whereas technology before was I don't need to do that. I can go get in the car and drive to CGNAID, and then it was like, no, you can't go CGNAID anymore. You can't see your family. You can't see anyone. And technology was an incredible gift for us to be able to be with one another, to see one another, to feel one another, and to experience life together. And that was an incredible gift during the pandemic. And it was so powerful, Junaid, because
Mm-hmm.
people were feeling so many emotions.
Yeah.
People were sad, angry, depressed. They just didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Especially if you lived alone, especially if that made a huge impact because you're dependent on going outside to connect with people. For myself, in fact, Musa, who's here, he went to kindergarten on a virtual class, right? He sat in the library, he attended the classroom, standing up and doing these jumping jacks with all the kids in the classroom. Like it was a totally different experience for him to
yeah.
start school in that way.
Yeah, it impacted so many people in so many ways. My kids at the time, my son was still in high school. He's now a
Mhm.
junior at Princeton. And my daughter was in college.
Yeah.
But again, they had to adapt. Now, it's easier for them to adapt. They're older, they're used to technology, they use it. That human connection, there was a missing component of that.
Mhm.
But having the ability to be able to take advantage of technology
Yeah.
and to be from birthdays to funeral, death celebrations,
Mm.
um,
Weddings. Mhm.
weddings, you
Yeah.
name it, happened through technology. Zoom did very well during the pandemic because everyone, you remember the lawyer that showed up on a hearing wearing
Mhm.
a digital cat mask.
Right.
It was like
Right.
he couldn't get it off. So they had, but I don't know. I think, look, during crisis is when true
Mhm.
leaders show up.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the very first thing, while terrified about everything that was going on, the very first thing that came to my mind was, what can we do to help? How can we stand up in our way? And our shows, our two global award-winning shows, were the way to
Mhm.
do that, because we went from a 2 hour show every Saturday to a 4 hour show,
Yeah.
because you can only
Mhm.
broadcast 4 hours on LinkedIn Live. Granted, we were broadcasting on other platforms too, but
Mhm.
and honestly, if we were able to broadcast longer, we probably would have.
Yeah.
And while we were experiencing our own pains and our
Mhm.
own grief, we were able to experience that together, but also we were also able to give one another light and love
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
joy and happiness and laughter, which was so hard to come by for those years. Yeah, it was a way for us to be able to help others grow through the experiences that we were
Mhm.
going through together. And I tell you, we've had many people tell us that it not only did it change their lives, that it
Yeah.
saved their lives. That's a
Yeah.
that's a hard one to consume,
It
like
is.
consume that we were saving people's lives.
Because we, like mentioned earlier, human beings, we need that. We need each other's energies. We need that love. We need
The
that
connection.
confirmation. We need that connection, right? And helping others is. Did you know that helping others is one of the triggers to enable the love hormone oxytocin, right? Helping others releases oxytocin in your brain,
Yeah.
which gives you that that grateful feeling like, hey, I did something good. I did something. And so it totally makes sense that it helps save people.
Go on, and I'll be honest, it saved us too. There were so many times before we
Mm,
start the show that I'd say to Tim or I'd say to Nancy, I'm going to need you to help carry me today. I don't know if I
yeah.
can do this. And vice versa. We all
Yeah.
had our moments. But I think the other thing that's great too is it also sparked so much curiosity
Hmm.
and doing things in a different way, in a crazy way. We were living in a crazy world. I don't want to say we were breaking ceilings, like we were forming the foundation and in ways that hadn't been done before. And at times that were questioned
Hmm.
and I'm like, it's okay. Like this is trust me.
This is part of life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all going to be okay,
Yeah.
and that it was okay to not be okay too.
Hmm.
And Again, just the power of people coming together, the power of
Yeah.
technology and being able to bring us together was incredible. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. We've got the What's Good Wednesdays where people are coming in and sharing, hey, what's good in their world, what's good happening. And then so that they get to share their goodness, they get to share their wins of the week with everybody listening and watching. And then you have the Shout Out Saturday where you get to shout out people on how they've impacted our lives and enabled us to keep growing. And I loved coming on and getting to chat with you and
Did Lego
other folks,
get one?
people on the show.
Did Lego get one?
Did Lego get one what?
One of those thingies.
Which thingies?
The thingies that help impact people's lives.
Did Lego help impact people's lives? That's a great question.
I would imagine so. I'm sure there were a lot of people playing with Legos
Mhm.
during the pandemic.
Yeah, especially Musa. He played a lot with Lego. And
Yeah,
in
he likes to
fact,
build things.
what's really interesting is they now have 18 plus Lego sets designed for adults. So they're like,
Really?
hey, adults welcome. So you can now build something like a orchid plant with
Wow.
Lego bricks. You can
Oh,
build
yes.
these small flowers and whatnot.
Yeah.
They had the Eiffel Tower, the Taj Mahal, like all of these things were designed for literally adults
I
because
love it.
they didn't have anything else to do. I'm like, hey, we have something that everybody can participate, and we built a whole bunch of Lego sets for
Yeah.
sure.
The 18 plus ones.
Yeah, Musa built one of the 18 plus ones. He built the Optimus Prime, which actually transforms from the
Optimus
truck.
Prime.
Optimus
It's
Prime.
like this big.
Let's ride.
What is it, Karen? Where is it? Like this big?
Yeah.
This
That's
big?
awesome.
It's huge. It's huge. But yeah, man, as we go and create these memories through connections and through collaboration, I think we're going to continue to see more and more ways to collaborate with people, and with technology just makes it so much simpler and easier.
Yeah, it's
And,
powerful.
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's the set he built.
That's awesome.
Except this is yours.
Very cool, Musa.
Yeah, man, I'm speechless to think about what else can we do, how else can we help the world be a better place.
Back to the Future. I'm coming to play at your house.
Please come on down.
Oh, I'm so doing it. Yeah, look, and we're in another crisis now in the world. Honestly, in so many different ways, from financial to we're still not out of this pandemic. People are still
Right.
getting sick. It's
Yeah, we're still getting sick.
but there's a lot happening, and there's a lot of struggle happening in the world right now.
Mhm.
And I think it's so important for us to, wow, that's so cool, Musa. Let me see that. Nice.
It's electric.
It's electric.
This is a
Boogie, oogie,
model
woogie.
that I had built a while back, but we electrified it. We added a motor back here, and so
Nice.
it powers the rear wheels, and then we also have a way for it to turn left and right. So that's something that we recently worked on. So yeah, we're always creating
I
some
love that.
memories for the kids, because these are the only things that will remain, right?
Yeah.
And
It's,
so the crisis that you're talking about, it's insane how it's affecting a huge part of the world. And I think the best thing that we can do is show up in each other's lives with love and gratitude and grace, because you already did.
good job, Musa.
Thank you, Musa.
Oh my gosh. It's interesting. I was on a show recently, and people are experiencing a lot of things right now: doubt, fear, failure. And those are all things that we face in our lives. And sometimes it feels like we're getting pulled back further and further in the opposite direction of where we want to be going. It's like a rubber band, right? You stretch this rubber band beyond its capacity,
Right.
like life, like business. Sometimes it just feels like it's going to snap between your fingers. And I think the thing is that we've got to remember that, like the rubber band, like a slingshot, you're pulling it's not pulling
Welcome
it
back to
back.
another episode of Hacks and Hobbies.
Nice,
This
Musa.
episode
You
is
got it.
remarkable.
He's reading the script that I had written for before
Well, of
Steve's
course.
episode. Yeah.
Good job, Musa. But like that rubber band, it's just pulling us back further and further. And a lot of times that feels like a bad thing. But the
Yeah.
reality is it's pulling us back further and further, not to hold us back, but to gain power
For us to grow.
exponentially. That's right. Because I used to play with these when I was a kid. You'd pull it
Yeah.
back, put some paper in it, and how far can it go? Oh, our minds don't tell us how far can it go anymore. It's no, we're going the other direction. And
Right.
and when you doubt yourself, it's take a deep breath in the moment and smile and offer gratitude for it, and know that what lies ahead is going to be much better than you imagined. And always, as we talk about, put good out into the universe and help
Yeah.
others, no matter what you're going through, because the reality is that the next great chapter of the adventure in our journey is unfolding right before our eyes and exactly where we're meant to be. And it doesn't feel that way, and it doesn't, we don't see it that way. And, but the universe it's exactly what the universe is doing.
Yeah. And I think to comment on top of that, or in the word, to piggyback on that
piggyback. There you go.
Is
he likes piggyback. See, he's going to jump on your back right now. You guys are so cute.
So as Musa jumps on my piggyback, or gets on the piggyback, human back, what's really powerful is that we need to surround ourselves with people that are like-minded, right? That are of the growth mindset, that are moving the same direction that we want to go to, or have been to where we want to go to, so they can guide us. They can say, hey, this is how I did it, this is how you can too. And getting to see their journey, their path on how they did it, and how I can show up as well. And on top of that, they're supporting us through and through, because they know how tough a journey could be. They know what it takes. And hanging out with people like that just fills up your cup so much faster. And then there's a lot less cleaning for you to do, or a lot less breaks you need to take, because you're
cleaning
filling up
in,
with
like
the
the
right
house,
stuff.
clean the house, or like your head.
That's right, Musa. Cleaning the house is like cleaning your head. Yeah.
But cleaning my head's easier.
Yeah. Cleaning your head may be a little bit easier.
Yeah. Tell us how it's easier.
Because like my head is so much smaller than the house.
That's true. Very true, Musa.
That is very true, Musa.
But my head is smarter than the house.
The head is definitely smarter than the house. It's what powers the house.
That's right. Your head powers the
our
house.
body's the house.
Oh.
And then the head is the power line.
The head is a power line.
That's deep, Musa.
That's very deep. Looking for the ultimate live streaming and video production studio? Discover Ecamm Live, exclusively built for Mac. It's the leading solution for podcasting, webinars, live streaming, and more. Elevate your content creation game and bring your ideas to life with Ecamm Live. Head on over to hacksandhobbies.com/ecamm and download your studio today. Start creating with Ecamm Live and elevate your audience engagement. Download now from hacksandhobbies.com/ecamm, or tap on the link in the show notes. Brian, it's always a pleasure talking with you. Where else can we take? What are you working on that you need support? Where else can people connect with you? Like, how can they collaborate with you further? And when's the next live stream going on?
These are all great questions. So one, I love and appreciate you. You too, Musa. And where you can find me, if you're watching, you can click on the QR code on your screen and it'll
There you
take
go.
you to our
Boom.
link tree where you can
Yeah.
find all of our socials and be able to connect with us. Obviously, yes, on LinkedIn. Just send me a personalized invite. Let me know you saw me on Hacks and Hobbies so that I don't miss your invite.
Last question. What's your favorite superhero?
Oh my gosh, Musa, you are.
You're the favorite superhero.
You're my favorite superhero, Musa. Your dad is. He's got the best beard in the world. Yeah, there's a lot that's going on. Like I said, we are collaborating on a book right now. There's a number of other books that I'm helping co-author that'll be coming out. There's probably a couple more through the rest of this year and then some next year. We're launching another mastermind soon. As we had launched a mastermind at Podfest Expo.
That's right.
Yeah, LinkedIn Made Easy, which was a great success. We had multiple cohorts that we did. We've got another one that's going to be coming soon, which we're really excited about. Stay tuned for that. And when is the next show? Interestingly enough, we took a little bit of a hiatus over the last couple months for self-care.
Yes.
And by the way, creators out there, creators, entrepreneurs, self-care is so incredibly important.
Yes.
Because if your cup is empty, dry, I can tell you from experience,
you can't pour into others.
You can, but it's really hard. And you need your cup to overflow first so that you are able to give equally to yourself and to others. So take care of yourself. It's really important. It's really important. And yeah, and keep going. These are hard times right now, but we will all get through them together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out in terms of shows. I don't have an answer for you on that yet.
No problem.
But we're probably going to wind up popping up again here pretty soon.
Absolutely, man. Just like our body needs rest and you have to sleep at the end of the day so you can rise up refreshed.
That's right.
We need to give rest to other things. And sometimes shows like this that, it's almost, hey, I can only have plants in the springtime. I can't really have a whole bunch of plants in the summer. Sure, some spill over, but then in the fall and in the winter, you like taking a break from gardening. No, you're not taking a break.
Not gardening.
There's some plants that you have to plant in fall, like in October, and then they grow in spring.
Oh, so you do have to do some kind of planting, which kind of means that you're still taking a break from producing. You're now putting time into creating and or strategizing or putting things together, setting it up so that they can bloom in springtime.
Or
well said.
You can plant some at the end of summer, and then they're gonna grow in winter, and then they're gonna die, and then they're gonna grow in fall, and then they're gonna die again, and then they're gonna
see the beautiful part about the seasons, why they were created, is that when you want to slow down something, you bring the temperature down of that thing really low, and that's why we have refrigeration. And the entire world is cooling down so that plants can take a break, so that they can also rejuvenate. And that's why we all need to follow that. And
how do we take a break?
How do we take a break? Mr. Brian just shared with us how we take a break. By taking time for ourselves, by spending more time in our minds, in the refrigerator.
That's right.
You can do cryogenic recovery as well. Go in the refrigerator.
Just don't stay in the freezer for too long, Musa.
Yeah, you might wake up in a different century.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna live with the chicken.
You're gonna live with the chickens. All right.
Yeah,
that was good.
Chickens are good. What's a chicken sound like, Musa? There you go. I love the eyes on that too. That's really good.
He's hanging out with some chickens here and there,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you pick up a little bit of that.
Most definitely. I want to leave everyone with a parting note. It's more on a serious note and kind
Absolutely.
of radiating real, as Nancy Dever would say. I have What I've realized is that, and this is for entrepreneurs and anyone and everyone that's listening or watching, what I've realized is that, and Musa, let me get through this, okay, buddy? For a long time, I have carried the weight of past mistakes. We talk about things like failure, and I think imposter syndrome is a very common thing with entrepreneurs. I experience it on a daily basis. And I have allowed past mistakes to define my own self-worth and to shape my own self-perception. And honestly, I've been my own harshest critic, as I said. And I think it's something that many of us can relate to, replaying those moments of perceived failure over and over in our minds. And from a social perspective, I recently shared a number of things that have been happening in my life. And in terms of the roller coaster of a year of divorce, of pain, uncertainty, of disruption, of growth, but that over time, I've come to understand that the most crucial journey that we can embark upon is that journey of self compassion. And that it's about recognizing that I, like everyone else, am a work in progress. And it's about accepting that making mistakes doesn't diminish your value. It's simply a stepping stone on the path of growth. And as recently a good friend of mine had shared on a video chat that we had together, he said something that actually hit me pretty hard. And he said, I don't think you've forgiven yourself. And it really hit me because it was completely unexpected. And I wound up welling up. And as I mentioned, as Nancy Dever says, radiating real, that I hadn't forgiven myself, and learning that forgiveness begins within. And it's a conscious choice to release the burdens of guilt and self blame, and understanding that you deserve the same kindness and understanding that is readily offered to others. And that self forgiveness isn't about absolving responsibility or ignoring the consequences of our actions. It's about acknowledging the past, and it's about learning from the past, and it's about letting go of the past. And it's about reclaiming our own power and freeing ourselves from those shackles of regret, and realizing this whole journey that we're on has and continues to be a really powerful reminder that growth often rises from the ashes of those mistakes, and that we think are mistakes. And the reality is that they're not mistakes, because these moments of vulnerability are where we find our strength. It's where we evolve and adapt, and where we become more resilient. So I want everyone to remember that we're all work in progress now more than ever, that our greatest lessons often emerge from the most challenging moments that we have, and that we all make mistakes. It's an inevitable part of being human. So here's to intention and self forgiveness and self compassion, and the unshakable belief that we have the power to rewrite our own narratives. And here's most importantly to all of us being a part of each other's journey.
Amen, brother. That was really powerful, and a very smart man said a long time ago. And what's really interesting is the word intention has been coming up a lot. It's almost like my word of the year, even though we're towards the end of the year. But it's been a very intentional year, making the right connections, making the right, hanging out with the right people, making sure that we are doing all the right things from and over the mistakes that we make. And a very good man said a while, almost 40 years ago, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer, because if we want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Come on,
Go.
Michael Jackson, come on.
And don't make mistakes, then you're gonna have a fixed mindset, then you won't learn anything.
Musa.
Yes.
Musa, how old are you?
8.
8 years old, people.
8 years old. And what's
I
been
learned
really,
this when I was 7.
yeah, he learned it in second grade. His teacher was amazing. They focused a lot on growth mindset. They talked a lot about that in class, and Musa's absorbed that a lot. And I'm really proud.
He's
Really
also
proud of.
learned a lot from you, Dad.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, we got to take a look at ourselves, right? What are we doing? How can we make it better? Because when we make ourselves better, we start affecting people around us. If you put a cold bottle in the middle of 5 warm bottles, guess what? They're all going to become a little bit colder, a little bit better, a little bit warmer. So we radiate that positive vibes. Boom. Couldn't have said it better. Musa's run up to get something, so we're just gonna hang out for a second.
No worries. Yeah, look, it's about being the change.
Yes.
You can speak, but it's the actions that you take that have the most profound impact. What do we got here?
So this is the book of facts of growth mindset from Musa. So it has all of the things. I have a growth mindset, vocabulary for growth mindset, the belief in how your brain can stretch and grow. So all of these are all about growth mindset, and it's really powerful. And
when is Musa's book coming out?
When's your book coming out, Musa? We gotta get a book. We gotta get that book going for him, for the growth mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this was so awesome. Thank you so much again, Brian, for coming back to the podcast. This was a lot of fun. Until the next time, catch you in the next episode.
Much love to you, brother.
Thank you for listening to this Hacks and Hobbies episode. Junaid would love to hear from you, so please leave a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts. Visit hacksandhobbies.com to find additional information on the guest today, as well as the show notes.